Okay, I think I can talk now that I'm a little bit out of the wind. So I'm heading back down. Last time I tried to do this ride, there was too much snow in the way. So I'm trying again today. Everything looks good so far. So I think we're going to be able to make it down to the bottom. This will be a real test for the bike. I gotta think it's probably about 2,000 feet of elevation gain on this road from the bottom up to where we're gonna crest the hill. I just recharged the battery. We're at 100%, and I'm doing a combination of pedaling and coasting down this. Sections of this are steep enough that no pedaling is required. GoPro cameras have a way of really flattening out the terrain, making things look like they're not nearly as steep as they actually are. And I'm sure that'll happen on this video. But this is a serious road here that even some cars have a hard time driving up. So we will see how it goes. I'm coming up on the opening to Galbraith State Park here. That'll be on my left. Right now it's closed for hunting. But in the summertime, I can do about a 18-mile loop on single track through that park, which is basically just start out of my house and ride this much on the road, and then all the rest is on trail, and I come out back close to my house again. So that's really nice. These sections here, I'm averaging probably about 30 miles an hour down the hill here. There's some steeper spots where I'm sure I'll get up to close to 40. The pedal assist on this bike works very smoothly right up until 30, 31 miles an hour. It's a little icy here. And then it sort of cuts out on you. Pretty much maxes out at that, but I'm super happy with that. The fact that I can cruise along with some assist at 30 miles an hour is crazy. I actually got really good mileage out of the bike on the last charge. When I charged the battery last night, I was at 54%, and I had done, so I recall, 26.5 miles. So we're right on line for being in that 50 to 60 mile range on the battery. And none of that was easy riding. It was all like this, where, yeah, I do have a fair amount of downhill where we're not using any battery at all, but the uphills are quite steep, and definitely a drain on the motor there. I think I keep seeing different specs on this motor, that it maxes out at 1200. Excuse me. I got wet brakes now, and so I've got a little squeak. It's the first time they've ever done that, but and then I've seen other videos where people claim that this motor maxes out at 1500 watts. So not sure what it is, but really happy with its performance. It does awesome. Okay. So here we are, coming down to the bottom of 119. It's just my back brake that's squeaking. I'm sure it's water on there. if you go up this road here, that goes on up to Central City. And we're going to turn around. I'm going to use assist mode 3. So that's what I've decided I like the best on this thing for the climbs. It keeps me at a pretty consistent 14, 15 miles an hour on the steeps. And of course I can jump up to 20, 22 on the flatter sections. There really aren't many flat sections on this climb. Let's see here, we're at 32.6 miles on the odometer. So this is a really steady climb up. We'll see how many miles it is. I'm guessing it's about 2.5, maybe 3 miles of steady, steep climbing. Not using throttle at all on this, just pedal assist. I am going to stop about halfway up and change the battery on the GoPro so that I'm sure I get this whole thing. Down to 10, but that's a real steep little spot. feeling good. Just exerting only as much as I need to. Working beautifully. I'm going to pull over here at the park entrance and change the battery in my GoPro. Hold on a second. We'll see. Here we go. I really like the fork on this bike. Does a great job of taking up the bumps, and you've got this lockout here if you want to just make it rigid for climbs like this. I didn't, because I'm not going fast enough to like really make a difference, but so we came from way down there at the very bottom. So we've come all the way up from that furthest, below that furthest patch of white snow. Doing good. The last battery I put in only had a third of a charge, so I'm going to stop up at this next corner and put in my third and final battery in my GoPro that hopefully will get us over the top. Really quite steep. We hit a couple of slightly flatter spots here where I can get some speed up and make up some time here. They're not flat by any means, but they're not just the grinding grade that a lot of that lower stuff is. Okay. Once I get to the house turnoff here, we have got it made. And there we are. So I'm going to go to the top of the hill here. We're almost there. We are exceeding the speed limit here. Still in pedal assist 3. 20 miles an hour is the speed limit. I'm doing 24 here. Because even though it's not as steep as it was, it's still steep. But this little motor does a freaking awesome job of giving me the exact amount of help that I need. I'm about 195 pounds, 5'11", and I don't know, with all my gear on and everything, I'm probably real close to 200 pounds, and it hauls me up that steep extended grade very well. Coming up on the top here. There we go. Now we can make some time. We got some downhill here. So I'm doing 30 and I'm not even in 9th gear. I'm not in my top gear yet. If I click into that, I'm a pretty comfortable spin at 35 miles an hour. And that gearing is great for me. I don't know if you can tell. Hopefully you're not getting all the wind noise that I am. But these tires are actually really quiet with the tread right down the center line. So it just rolls on that. And the motor itself makes very little noise. I'm super happy. I mean, I can sneak up on other bikers. They never hear me coming, which is pretty funny. I never really feel the need to stand up and pedal. I can just sit and spin and do okay. Here we are coming back down into my area over here. So at 32 miles an hour there, I just felt the assist sort of kick out. So 30 to 32 miles an hour, top speed, well, assisted speed. Well, that is not bad. All right. Another fun morning ride there. About 11 miles. Granted, half of that was screaming downhills, but it pulled me up a good 5 or 6 mile, very steep uphill, and I still have 88% of the battery. Pedal assist, obviously. Yeah, that worked awesome. I like the pedal assist 3 personally. I really haven't ridden much in 4 or 5. 2 is nice on flats, 3 on the steep hills, and that's exactly the amount of help that I need to get up those. Believe me, I wouldn't be pushing a 75-pound bike up those hills without help from the motor. But I got to the top, no issues whatsoever, and I keep meaning to, after steep climbs like that, keep meaning to feel the motor and see if it gets hot or anything, but certainly no indication that it's having any trouble at all pulling me up that. So that's it. I'm gonna go put this video together, and thanks for watching. Appreciate it.